He Nancy Maced it. He Nancy Maced it. Just completely fell apart in the fourth quarter. That's what I call it. That was a Nancy Mace performance. I can't go with Tim Scott because Tim Scott fell apart in the first quarter. Yeah, that was more like the Oklahoma game. Oklahoma game, they Tim Scotted it, but the Alabama game, that was a straight Nancy Mace situation. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, this Texas State Trooper.
The 30, inside the 10, into the end zone, touchdown.
A few moments later.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it. We all saw it. Although they did try and ignore it on the telecast. I noticed that as well. Okay. My first question, why were you following them in a tunnel? Why were you following them in the tunnel? You thought they were just going to run in there and sell some drugs real quick? Like, what was it? They fit the description as he ran past you into the end zone? Just old habits die hard. You just decided you were going to follow them into the tunnel. You thought you were an extra in the show Playmakers. Like, exactly what was, you know what I mean? What was endangering public safety that you just felt like you had to follow them into the tunnel? Did you not think they were coming back? Huh? Did you think that was their way to escape the plantation? Like, were you unsure if they were coming back? And if I want to give you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt and say, well, you know, it's just a coincidence that he just happened to be having to make his way into the tunnel as they were making their way out. What made you think that they should wait for you? There's a game going on. Did you think that 100,000 some odd people showed up to watch you Texas State Troop? Is that what you thought? We should all just wait for you to get settled for the players to come back? And that's before we get to the part where you intentionally walk into two players initiating contact. So what part of that was ensuring the public safety, making sure they knew their place? Is that what that was about? And if it wasn't bad enough that you intentionally walked into two players after mysteriously following them into the tunnel, which I can't even give you that anymore, because if you were concerned they might not come back, certainly that should have been alleviated when you saw them come back. Then you had the nerve to turn around and yell. So again, did you think everybody showed up to watch you Texas State Troop? They have to apologize, which doesn't appear that they did, but you're asking for them to verify their need to exist in that moment. How dare you get in my way as I'm making my way up the tunnel? So granted, I'm sure there's no way you showed up to participate in the pageantry of college football if you have no respect for college football players. So why did you show up to the Texas A&M football game today if it wasn't about ensuring the safety of the players, specifically, the visitors, who they were on the road. So if being a party to the players wasn't your purpose, exactly what was your purpose for being there? Because it sounds like a power trip cash grab. That's what it sounds like. That is exactly what it sounds like. And you didn't care that you exposed all of that to a nationally televised audience. That's right. We all saw it. No, don't be mad at the cameraman. Don't be mad at the camera. Hey, the director tried to cut quickly and they tried to cover you on the telecast, but not quick enough. Texas State Trooper removed from assignment after shove in Texas A&M versus South Carolina. A Texas State Trooper stationed near the tunnel at Kyle Field has been, quote, relieved from his game day assignment following an incident with Nyck Harbor and several South Carolina players during the Gamecocks Week 12 road game at number 3 Texas A&M. The shoulder bump incident took place in the final minute of the first half at Kyle Field following an 80-yard touchdown pass from Lenora Sellers to Nyck Harbor that put South Carolina then up 27-3. After Harbor crossed into the end zone, the Gamecocks wide receiver kept running into the tunnel where he was holding on to the back of his leg, which prompted several of his teammates to check on him. As they returned to the field, the trooper shouldered Harbor and yelled at him. One other thing of note here, because you like to characterize yourself in the interest of public safety. So he had grabbed his leg. He gave the appearance of being injured before you intentionally walked into him and then screamed on him. Public safety? We are aware of the incident in the Northeast Tunnel involving a DPS trooper. He's been relieved of his game day assignment. That from Texas A&M's police department wrote in its official X account. Added the Texas Department of Public Safety. The Texas Department of Public Safety is aware of the incident that occurred today during the Texas A&M football game. The DPS trooper involved was sent home from the game. Our Office of Inspector General is also aware of the incident and will be further looking into the matter. No additional information will be released at this time. I have some additional information for you. That's not good enough. You sent him home. You sent him home. I'm pretty sure he already thought that he was at home because he didn't think that he should be held accountable for anything that he did on this particular day. I can't imagine he would act any better if he was at home. Is that what this was about? Was it the score of the game? You were just mad? You just acting like a fan? Okay, well, guess what? Now you can be a fan. Texas A&M then erased its 30-3 halftime deficit with a 4-yard rushing touchdown from A Smith to win 31-30 and stay undefeated on the season. South Carolina. No, it's bad enough that I had to cheer for you my whole childhood with my mama being from South Carolina, and y'all gave me next to nothing to feel good about until Dawn Staley descended onto campus. Now I'm sitting here making a video, would have had a perfect ending with him having to take that L home with him in his box to collect his things, and y'all blow the game? Do you have any idea how narrative works? Well, whose fault is that? Well, Coach Shane Beamer need to answer for this.
Really? Well, that's good to know. I would hope so. I did not see that, wasn't aware of that. Got a ton of respect for the people here at College Station. It's a first-class operation. Everybody from a game operation standpoint, they do a great job and are first-class people. So I appreciate them handling that the right way and sending him home.
Now, ho. It was bad enough that you blew the game and messed up what would have been the end of a phenomenal video. So you hear that a Texas state trooper shoulder bumped two of your players, and you talk about what a first class operation they have here, and you're happy they sent him home. But don't mention the fact that because this is the first time you heard of this, your players seemingly internalized this and made it a scenario that never rose to the attention of the head coach. You have players that dealt with the thing where you say, I'm happy they sent him home, and it never rose to the level of you even being aware of it, and you want to commend the operation here and not your players for how they conducted themselves. And took the L? Nah.
Hated it.
I'm sorry. Isn't this the same coach who just blew the Alabama game at home?
I don't get invited to parties. I don't have any friends. I have a dog.
He Nancy Maced it. Just completely fell apart in the fourth quarter. That's what I call it. That was a Nancy Mace performance. I can't go with Tim Scott because Tim Scott fell apart in the first quarter. Yeah, that was more like the Oklahoma game. They Tim Scotted it, but the Alabama game, that was a straight Nancy Mace situation. And yes, that is the same coach. They were more outraged online than their own head coach. The audacity, a cocky or supposed racist cop must have forgot he was at a live football game. Texas A&M walks through a team as they're coming out to the field to play, bumping the players, then goes into road rage cop mode. And was that Texas A&M cop out of line? Absolutely. But what we all need to realize is he showed a lot of restraint and courage, not drawing his service weapon on an unarmed black man. And honestly, if you ask me if that was a sarcastic tweet or that was his burner account after he got sent home, 60-40, maybe 60-40. This was actually so out of pocket, it actually brought people together from all sides of the sports universe. Even brought LeBron and Stephen A together.
That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Said LeBron, that A&M cop needs to be suspended. That was premeditated and corny AF. He went out of his way to start some S. Do better, man. And speaking of going out of their way to start some mess.
Nyck Harbor from South Carolina catches a pass, scampers down the field for a damn long touchdown run, runs into the tunnel because he's holding his hamstring, and then his teammates come to help him because they know that something must be wrong because he kept going in there and he's holding his hamstring. He comes back out. You can see the officer at the stadium walking in between two players and literally bumps into both of them and flexes his arms out before turning around and telling them to get on out of here and all of this other stuff. We saw it. It's clear as day. It's an automatic suspension. The man shouldn't be allowed to work the game again. What you doing messing with a player like that for? Was somebody in street clothes that you didn't know was a player? You knew exactly who it was. You knew it was a player for South Carolina. You knew that, and you did it anyway. There's nothing to think about here. There's no argument. There's no excuse on the part of the behavior of the officer. He shouldn't even be allowed to cover the games anymore, and definitely should be suspended.
Okay, Stephen A. We'll let you live on that one. When it comes to the sports stakes, they're not that. Just leave politics. He said, what now?
Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then?
Now here I am. Working hard to do research for my videos. Shout out to Regina. and you can amass millions of subscribers and followers on multiple platforms, giving takes that Google can't support. Like a simple Google search would refute all of that. But I suppose that is the Fox News approach, right? That is the Fox News approach, because a Google search would refute just about all they say. And I believe they're still the #1 cable news network. So I see I see you working right there. Now back to where you were accurate on this issue. One of the questions that multiple people brought up and deserves to be discussed here as well. If this is how you act in public during a nationally televised game.
As you can see right here, it's before he makes contact with Nyck. And then right here, you can clearly tell he had an opportunity to walk around him. He chose to walk right through them. And Nyck even tried to move his shoulder. You can tell. And right here, you can clearly tell that state trooper threw his shoulder behind it. That's what happens when you're pissed off that your team is losing.
That is track speed from the big man, Nyck Harbor. No shots of anybody catching him. From the fast. That is track speed from the big man, Nyck Harbor. No shots of.
And that is what racism in 2025 looks like. That cop should not be suspended. That cop should be fired. If that cop does that at a South Carolina, Texas A&M football game, just imagine what the that pig-headed ass does on the streets. And this, unfortunately, is why people give cops bad raps, even when it's not all their faults.
And then there's this part. When we say that you were trying to put them in their place and you were trying to establish dominance over kids that were here to play a game, that's actually giving you a little bit too much credit than you may deserve.
All right, y'all, I'm not going to mince words here. That Texas State Trooper intentionally walked through those two men and bumped shoulders with them in the hope that something would kick off and he could possibly arrest them for getting physical with a police officer. And think about this. He did that in front of thousands of people in the stadium and millions of people watching at home. What do you think he would do to somebody one-on-one if he was to stop them on the road? Now, thankfully, he was immediately relieved of his duties and sent home, and the Texas Department of Public Safety is currently investigating this state trooper. And what's so sad is nobody's talking about how great the game was. Texas A&M was down 30-3 at halftime and came back and actually won the game. But because of the racist actions of one police officer or one state trooper, no one's talking about that. All right, y'all, stop telling us that racism doesn't exist, and stop telling us that certain people have no business wearing a badge. Millions of us just saw proof on national television.
That's right. When people say that you were trying to establish dominance and you were trying to get them to stand down, that is betrayed by your reaction afterwards, because your angry reaction, would you say that you were diffusing the situation? Would you say you were diffusing the situation? You know, the word that they love to use. Would you say that's the energy of diffusing the situation, or is that trying to get something set off? And let's remember, you're talking to college kids who are playing a game filled with adrenaline, easy marks in a situation like that. Oh yeah, there's a reason why people are calling for more punitive action.
Your voices were heard. The state trooper that bumped Nyck Harbor during Saturday's game for the Gamecocks has been relieved of his duties. But that's not enough. I want to see him fired because it speaks to a greater issue. That man had aggression in his mind for a student athlete. Now, if Nyck was on the street and he wasn't during a game where it's nationally televised, who knows what would have happened? This is bigger than Nyck. This just speaks to the mindset that they don't like us.
Now, granted, there has been this long-standing sentiment in the black community for quite some time, but I can't say that we have the market cornered on that sentiment at this particular moment.
Like, who the f does that guy think he is? The kid just scored a touchdown, was limping up into that little tunnel a little bit, and the officer comes in and elbows two players? Now I get it, the guy was relieved of his duties, he's not going to be able to do game days anymore, but like, what the f? That's legitimately assault, right? And I get it, we live in America, the cops suck, they can get away with basically anything. We also have a secret police unit that wears masks and just kidnaps people based off of race. So I'm just saying, law enforcement fatigue is fucking so real.
And no doubt, criticism that they will deflect onto the public, as is their MO. But for right now, congratulations, you. Oh, we got another one?
Inside the 30, inside the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Nyck Harbor holding his leg, and he continues into the tunnel after he outruns defenders for an 80-yard touchdown to make it 26-3. That is track speed.
Now, while I am very pleased to see that the SEC has done their due diligence and fired this trash-ass trooper who intentionally ran into Nyck Harbor after he ran that 80-some yard touchdown, I want to talk about this motherfucker right here. Who the fuck is he? Because why? Why is it okay? Why was that? What was the point for you to get in this man's path just so that you can hard down knock the ball out of his hand? Like, what is wrong with white people? What is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all have so much hatred towards us when we just living and being successful and doing what the fuck we do? Why do y'all have so much fucking hate towards us? Like, what is it in y'all? Like, this motherfucker literally came out from wherever the fuck he was and stood out there to get the sun out of his motherfucking eyes so he could make sure that he could see what the fuck he was about to do as he slaps this ball out this man's hand. Like, y'all are a really unhinged group of fucking people. Like, seriously, the hatred that y'all harbor towards other people is unnatural.
I'm here with the dragon. I'm here with the dragon. I can't go with you on that one, dog. I can't go with you on that. He was just being a fan on that one. I can't go with you. This is how far I will go with you, though. He did initiate contact, and as far as I'm concerned, Nyck Harbor should get his lick back. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, Nyck Harbor should get his. He put his hands on him. Whatever happens, happens. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? You put your hands on a player, whatever happens, happens. Turn all the cameras off. Let's get ready to rumble. Anybody opposed? Oh, we got a statement from the officer.
Hi, can you tell me if the game's still on? Everyone wants to know what happened at the game and whatnot. With me and those two hooligans who almost jumped me in broad daylight. Everyone say it's my fault this.
Well, a lot of people are saying that you should be fired.
Well, tough tits. I tell you that much. Tough tits. You want to put your hands on me like a grown man? I'm going to treat you like a grown man, son. Don't you ever what? And that's the problem with these young jigaboos today. They got their NILs and all this and TikTok that and TikTok this. You need to teach these sons of bitches some manners. Tough tits. Shabuya.
I have no idea what you just said. I don't understand anything that's coming out of your mouth right now.
Son.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See, that's the energy that got us here. That's exactly what the problem is.
Let's give him something to talk about. Hey, Marty! Tell Jen to bring her kitty ass in here. Yeah, I might have lost the war, but I never lost a fight. Yeah, you tell him that. Hey, son, you do what you do on the field, and you let me do what I do in the field. If you ever put your fucking hands on me again, well, let's have a little story time then. Let's talk about it. Everyone wants to talk about I'm going viral and whatever and whatnot. Huh? Tough tits.
There it is again. I don't know why you keep saying that. I really have no idea. But whatever, man. Hey, enjoy your time at home. It doesn't look great. Look, you got stuff on the wall behind you. No, you do.
That's not a roach behind me, son. That's your mom's paw prints. Yeah, that's your mom's paw prints.
Shout out to Lou Young, one of my favorite follows. Make sure you check him out. But for right now, I definitely want to give a shout out to the Black sports diaspora. People were ready and willing to give their thoughts on this particular issue, and I salute them for doing so, as well as saluting those players, Nyck Harbor especially, for how they handled this situation. And dare I say, the sports fandom and sports media landscape, which generally has been on the right side of this one, which is certainly a far cry from how everything else divides itself down party lines. But as far as you are concerned, officer, congratulations, you're our racist of the weekend. And you know what? You might be collecting an L after all, even though you guys came back and won this game. How'd that gerrymandering situation go? Ooh. Yeah. It's not so easy to put black people in that place anymore, is it? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, we'll be back. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Y'all still booing Trump? It's been days. No, you good, but just quiet down. I'm trying to make some content over here. I gotta give a quick shout out to my editors that have been absolutely killing it. My man Denzel, as well as Boz, who's been coming through crucial. However, they could use some help.
Help me! Help me!
You know, some reinforcements, a day off every now and again.
I'm so tired, but also hungry.
I should probably feed them and get them some fresh air every now and again. That probably would be good. I know it's been a while since I solicited for help, but I might be reaching out to some of you guys. So if you get an email like weeks after you reached out to me, don't be alarmed. And of course, if you have a particular set of skills and would like to join the team, hit me up at admin@reesewaters.com. Speaking of joining the team, congratulations to all of our members. We just recently hit 3,000. And you know what that means? No, not like the movie Mr. 3000. Although I will take Bernie Mac's career arc though. I will take that. No, it means a members live. Y'all remember how crazy it got last time.
Nasty bitch.
So be on the lookout for notifications for that, as well as discounts on merch. And yes, we got some new stuff out there. Is that a Kamala was right and a release the files? Oh, it's going to be FAFO when I hit the streets in this. I'ma kill them this wintertime. Speaking of merch, no, I'm getting to you, Lee. I'm getting to you, Lee. I received this email from my man, Lee, who said, discouraged, depleted, can't find merch to meet it. Hey Reese team, I woke up this morning ready to bless my closet with some Reese Waters gear, had my card out, playlist on, and my confidence high. I hit the site and got hyped to see those dope t-shirts and hoodies. That North Carolina blue RWT, fire. The black discouraged, depleted, but never defeated shirt, instant classic. Now the racism shirt, man, that segment alone deserves its own museum wing. Though Who Raised Y'all, which needs its own shirt, might be tied for first. But here's my problem. None, and I mean none of the shirts or hoodies come in 3XL. That's a personal attack on my confidence and my brisket intake. I'm a proud black man living in Arkansas, so you already know the struggle and the appetite. Can the 3XL brethren get some love too? I'm speaking on behalf of the discouraged, depleted, but never defeated, but definitely well-fed sized members of the channel. As somebody who used to always ask the clerks at Marshall's if this shirt came in bird chest, I know exactly what you mean, and that is something we will absolutely work on. Thank you so much for reaching out. You can always hit me up at admin@reesewaters.com. I'm going to be hitting you guys up for some year-end awards. More on that a little bit later, but as well as a Thanksgiving video, which I would like your input on as well. So check out the polls. You can catch them in the community tab, also via email. Is there any room left in the booing? Y'all got space? Upper deck? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll be back. Boo! I ain't been this proud of DC since we won the Stanley Cup.